This screencast looks at assessing and evaluating analogies, and in that you should be able to identify similarities, identify differences, and from that be able to explain the strength and weakness of an analogy. So we're going to use the example that we used before about horse riding and taking ecstasy to try to find some similarities and differences. So some similarities: they've obviously both got the potential to cause physical harm. If you fall off your horse, you get thrown off your horse, then you've got potential to be hurt. And if by taking ecstasy something goes wrong, your body doesn't respond, you don't drink enough water, you can harm yourself. Another similarity is people do them as hobbies, recreational. They use their own time, they use their own money on doing these things, and both of them have got an element of being addictive, although you could argue that ecstasy could be a physical addiction, whereas horse riding could be more of a mental addiction. Some differences then: obviously one is legal and the other one isn't. You can prepare yourself for horse riding, wear all the safety equipment, reins, harnesses, helmets, etc, etc, whereas with ecstasy you can't really wear safety equipment, although you might make sure you drink lots of water. And also the actual effects of doing them, not the harm but actually doing them. So the effect of horse riding, whilst it might give you a potential buzz, actually it's a mental kind of pleasure from horse riding, whereas ecstasy is a physical buzz that you get. So let's see what that would look like when you have to write an answer. So you might be asked to write a strength of the analogy. So here's an example of an answer on how there might be a strength. So horse riding and taking ecstasy both have the potential to cause serious bodily harm, and in severe cases can lead to death. So we've identified something that actually is similar between the two: the potential for serious bodily harm. So we've said what that is, so we must say how that either supports or doesn't support the analogy. So they're both equally dangerous, that's how it's been presented. They support the analogy that ecstasy should be made legal, like horse riding, as they are comparatively dangerous. So we're looking at the fact that they've both got the same sort of potential to cause death, both potential of being very dangerous, so therefore it supports the analogy. It's a good use of examples to back up the point. So if we look then at a weakness is that you can actually minimise the known risks for one of them, for the horse riding, because people that ride horses, they can do as much as possible to negate the possible dangers before they go riding. They wear helmets, high-vis jackets, and probably will have lessons or some guidance on how to ride safely if you've never ridden a horse before. Whereas with ecstasy, you can't do that. People that take ecstasy cannot totally prevent potential dangers, as it has an unknown effect on the body. We don't always know how someone's body will react to a tablet, and they don't know if the pill they're taking is a safe one until it might be too late. You know, drugs come off the street, people mix things in, people sell drugs thinking that they're one thing, and they might not be 100% pure. So what does that mean? It means the analogy is weak because it does not provide enough justification for ecstasy to become legal because of that difference in the comparators.